All right, so our data is in Prism, and you can see I have my DNSA free and R values for wild type, and then if I scroll down, you can see mutant is in the next column over. Now we're going to go up here to Analyze and choose under XY Analyses here, choose Nonlinear Regression Curve Fit. Hit OK. And then this little drop-down arrow over here, we're going to use to create a new equation. Okay, so the Langmuir isotherm is not by default in Prism. We have to add it ourselves. And I also should note, if you're on a PC, this may look slightly different, but I think you should be able to figure out what you need to do. If you need help, let me or the teaching staff know. Okay, so I'm going to name this Prost Li for Langmuir isotherm. And then we'll come down here and enter the Langmuir isotherm equation. So y equals x divided by kd plus x. So remember, x in our case is the DNSA free, and y is the R values that we calculated, and then kd is what we're going to be solving for. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is go up here to rules for initial values, and Prism won't run the fit unless you add some rules for initial values in. So we need to come and change this. We don't want this option, initial value, to be fit. Instead, we want to go down to divide by value of x at y mid. So let me find that. Divide by a value of x at y mid. Click on that. And then this is all set to go. I'm going to hit OK. And it's now showing up here under, I have a number of user-defined equations, but this is the one I just made called Prost Li. Now before we actually run the fit using this OK button, I'm going to come up here and compare. Choose do the best fit values of selected unshared parameters differ between datasets. This should look familiar. We've done the same analysis in previous labs. So we're going to choose KD, and then I'm going to hit OK. So now it's analyzed everything for us. First, quickly, let's take a look at what the graph looks like. Okay, so here we can see mutant are the squares, wild type are the circles, and you can see the curve fits here for each. Now if we look under results, we have a p-value, which is very small, telling us that we should reject the null hypothesis, meaning that we have different curves for each data set, telling us that our KD is different. And you can see if we look at our values here, for R, our KD is 1.5, for our wild type, and for mutant we have 0.69. And then the standard errors are located down here. And you can also see some other things that might be useful, like R squared. Also note that these values are in micromolar. That's going to be important to report. So these two values, the error, and then your p-value are the things that you want to make note of.